Biden's exit from presidential race. Implications for Harris, Democrats, and Trump. Joe Biden has dramatically altered the U.S. election landscape by withdrawing from the presidential race after weeks of insisting he would remain the Democratic nominee. This decision has significant ramifications for Vice-President Kamala Harris, the Democratic Party, and Donald Trump. #boost for Harris amidst risks. Kamala Harris's chances of becoming the Democratic nominee have surged with Biden's endorsement, which he described as the best decision he made 4 years ago when he chose her as his vice president. Harris expressed her gratitude and commitment to securing the nomination. Democrats may rally behind Harris to avoid uncertainty ahead of the Democratic convention. As the next in line constitutionally, bypassing her could harm the party's image, and she would also gain immediate access to the $100 million campaign funds. However, there are notable risks. Harris's approval ratings mirror Biden's low numbers, and in hypothetical matchups against Trump she performs similarly. Her tenure as vice president has been mixed. She faced challenges managing the U.S.-Mexico border migration crisis but handled abortion rights more effectively. Her 2020 presidential campaign also faltered due to poor interviews, a lack of clear vision, and mismanagement, raising concerns about her viability as a candidate. Democratic Convention, unpredictable dynamics. Political conventions have become predictable, heavily scripted events, but the upcoming Democratic Convention in Chicago could break this mold. The Biden campaign's previous plans are now obsolete, and even if Democrats consolidate behind Harris, the convention's proceedings will be hard to control. If Harris fails to unify the party, the convention could become a chaotic and gripping political spectacle with various candidates contending for the nomination. Republican strategy disrupted. The Republican convention had meticulously targeted Joe Biden, highlighting Donald Trump's vigor against Biden's perceived frailty. However, with Biden's withdrawal, this strategy is now moot. The Republican approach must shift, as the Democratic nominee will now be younger, possibly Harris or another youthful Democratic leader. If Harris becomes the nominee, Republicans will likely criticize her based on the current administration's perceived failures, branding her as the border czar and possibly as radical left, despite her moderate stance. Regardless of the nominee, Republicans will accuse Democrats of concealing Biden's age-related issues and endangering the nation. With just months before the presidential ballots, all parties are navigating uncharted territory.